So, picture this. You've moved from abroad, you've moved in a new area, you're there by yourself, or your children, or your child, like in my case, and you think, I can't manage to live in this place without help. I'm going to need help from other people, from maids, from shamba people to manage this home, especially if the home is in the country and it's big. So, because the place is like this, we think, I'm going to hire somebody. You hire somebody, and somebody you think is almost like quote unquote a relative. You treat them well, and they betray you. They betray you by stealing from you. At times they steal from you, and you, the person they're stealing from, like me, I would get embarrassed, and I got embarrassed. But oh my goodness me, has this embarrassment turned into anger and disappointment and hurt when I've seen what she's done now? So listen up. It is Auntie Jackie, Auntie Jackie's Diaries. I talk about everything relocation. But I'm coming here with a really, it's just, to me, I'm calling it a sad story about relocation and having support at home. And I mentioned this video because people who are returning back home after so many years, even if some people who are coming to support you are relatives or even just friends, you could learn a thing or two. So yeah, that's the reason I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna come and mention it this time. So when we moved into our unfinished house, coming 2 years now, I knew that I wouldn't manage by myself because the house was unfinished, one, so it needed a lot of work, like cleaning and all that. Secondly, I needed people with me in terms of security and people to help around, because I didn't have appliances when I left. Some of the appliances I had them, but and I'm like, before I moved, so many things happened, story after story, most of which was so sad. But like I lost almost a whole shipment with the things in it. And I'm like, what, it is what it is. I had lost more than that in terms of material things, family. So even when this one got close, I thought to myself, what, it is what it is, let them go. The whole shipment went. So I went in this house literally knowing I'm going to have some help. I had, for the first maid I hired, she was good. And again, for example, I'm one of those people when I have maids, we sit on the table together. That is what I went with. That was my take. Come and sit on the table together with me. And I used to eat together. Myself, my brother Pat, and the maids. We just sit on the table and eat together. All of us, serve together. And for example, like chicken, I'll give an example of chicken because that's one of the meats which has got different parts. When we would serve chicken, each one would get a proper part. Actually, I don't like meaty food. So I'm like, eat the meaty food. So I was doing the thing, wanting them to feel that they are comfortable with me, that I'm treating them well, so that in turn they will do the work well and they will treat me well. Was I wrong? I was. The little girl, I had a girl and boy. The little girl, one of them, not one of them, the little girl, she wasn't little, she was tiny, but she was 25. The first thing she did was, I lost earphones. I'm like, where are the earphones? They were here, because I had left them on the table. I couldn't find them. Then it dawned on me, go and check the girl's room. I went and checked the girl's room. She had taken them and put them under her pillow. And I was so embarrassed. I just took them and I kept quiet. I didn't tell anything. That one there didn't steal a lot because unfortunately the boy attacked her and I had to let her go. I'm like, you can't stay. And I had to let her go and I had to let the boy go. So this brings a new lot of workers. And I got this worker, was known by my mom. He really worked well and he cared. But when I traveled away for about 3 months, I didn't want him to stay in the house by himself because I knew that he would start doing things. They bring people in the house and everything. And because we knew of him, I suggested that he brings his wife over to stay as I'm away, to stay in the house, and they did. They looked after the house very well. They were very hard workers. Dug well and everything. I think the thing that I was not very keen about was when they always used to ask for food that we'd eat when I was there. So they'll tell my sister we eat every week. We eat fish, we eat meat, we have bread. They'll be picky and demanding. That's the only thing that I was not keen about them. And so I'm editing and I'm remembering these beans were quite special, and these are the only ones we had. And I told those workers to keep them so we can plant them this season. Guess what they did? The young man, they ate them. So I'm coming, I'm like, where are the beans? They said, oh, I've never seen the beans. I produced the video. They keep quiet, start looking for them. Oh, we don't know where they are. I should have known then and dealt with them that time. So anyhow, the story goes, it continues. So yes, and it was okay when I came back. They were very good. So I said, they can. They suggested I think I suggested they stay. So the wife was working the house, the boy was working outside, the husband. And this time, I even let them stay in the house with me. But it's because anyway, they had their part of the house and I had my part of the house. People were like, don't do that. They can harm you and everything. But I was like, even if they're outside, if they want to harm me, they'll harm me. But I was wanting to bring them slightly closer to me, to know that feeling like, I'm treating you like a human being. So they worked so well. They worked so hard. But they started stealing. And the first thing I saw that they'd stolen, and I've mentioned it before and I'll mention it again, was my Joya shoes, which hurt me so much. And for such a long time, they hurt me so much. Because they were out there, I came to look for them, say, oh, no, they're not here. I don't know where they are. And she was so clear, I don't know where they are, right in my eyes. And I thought, did I leave them at my sister's? So I asked my sister, she goes, no, they're not here. You took them. And I remember I clearly took them. So I looked, I couldn't find them, and they were they're thieves, They were so clear in my eyes. We haven't seen them. I let them go because I couldn't really continue saying that they've taken them when I haven't seen them. And then they were saying that I had taken them I had gone to my sister for a while, that I had gone with them, and I knew they hadn't. But it was their word against my word. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll find them. So I thought I'd left them in my bedroom because I had so many things in the bedroom. So I started looking slowly by slowly, and I couldn't find them. Then in the end, Jeremiah's shoes went missing as well. I'm like, wait, what's happening? And again, they said they had left them at my sister's because I used to trek in between those two places. While at my sister's, by the way, a digression. My sister had wanted help, and the brother of the husband, or the brother of the boy there, was free, so we said, he could work there. And when he was there, and I was there at the time, we had washed clothes, and Jeremiah had a small, jacket. So when he left, the jacket left. I'm like, where's his jacket? My sister said the jacket was there. I said, So we thought maybe this boy has taken it, but I checked him. But now what they would do, this I think is what they would do. They would steal the things and give them to somebody to keep for them. Like with me, the Joya shoes was not in the house at all. I looked, they were not in the house. And I went in their rooms and checked, they were not in their house, in their things. So for sure, they were somewhere. And I knew it was them, but I couldn't prove it. Jeremiah's shoes, I knew it was them, but I couldn't prove it either. So I let it go. With the Joya shoes, I'm like, let it go. Let's leave it. Then all of a sudden, I couldn't find bed sheets. I'm like, where are the bed sheets? I would look for bed sheets, and I'm like, I'm using only two. I'm regurgitating my bed sheets. Once they wash, I put this one. They wash. I'm like, where are the other bed sheets? Where are the duvets? I would be running out. Duvet covers. I'm like, I can't find things. So I told my sister, I said, because my things were at my sister's house before I moved. I said, did I leave duvet covers here? She goes, you took everything. I said, I can't find them. She goes, all those duvets? Now, my dear. One morning, they said, because they're meant to have left like in December, they said, oh, they're going to leave in November. I think they had shopped enough from me. They said we can't shop anymore, and if we stay here shopping, i.e. stealing, we'll be caught. So I said, you go. So I got another worker to come in, and I drove them. I said, let me drive you out of the town, the village we're in, to the main road, so it is cheaper for you. So I dropped them there. Where I dropped them, they sat down. They were not moving. And the boy was on the phone. So I drove to go somewhere, came back, I still saw them. And they hadn't seen me, but the boy was there looking. Kumbe, what they were doing, I think they were trying to get somebody to bring the things for them, because when I told them I was going to drop, where I told them I was going to drop them, I didn't drop them there. And I intended it. I dropped them further. So, I think I told this person we're going to be meeting at point A, but I took them at point G. So they stayed there for a long time. What I could have done is maybe go park the car somewhere and go and check and see what they were getting, because for sure I know now that they were waiting for somebody to bring them the shopping they had done at my house. Why am I talking about this? Yesterday, I get a picture from my mom, the one who introduced them to me, with the girl, and this is what she's wearing, and that was one of my best dresses. And I'm like, oh my goodness me, look at how she's been stealing. It brought all the emotions back. I'm so angry. I'm like, oh, let me go. I can go and get police for her. And actually, I was doing that after it was at Sunday. They had told us to love your neighbor and forgive and all that. And I'm like, you know what? Jesus forgave people who crucified him. I said, just forgive. But I was so angry. I was hurt. I said, I treated these people well. As you can see, she's got a daughter. Jeremiah couldn't have bread without that little girl having anything. Whatever I'll buy for them and the little girl. Let me say it's eggs, and I used to try and get local eggs, and look, eggs are expensive. They're double the price. So a tray of eggs is 10k. Local eggs is 20k. And remember, they're small. So instead of eating normal egg too, you end up eating about 3 or 4 to have a proper, milk. I would buy a carton. Oh my goodness. Why didn't I give this girl everything? Had things for my grandson. I gave them to this little girl. She didn't have a towel. I gave her creams. Why didn't I give her? And why didn't I give this girl, the mom, you see, she's the one who's wearing my dress, the one she stole. I gave her everything. The husband told me, because he was there by himself, to increase his wages. And I did. And I'm like, how could they do this, honestly? How could they betray me this much? But I know maybe I was being naive, because people had warned me. And actually, not even warned me. I had seen how some people treat their maids. Move all those things. They don't, when they eat meat, they give them the horrible beast. They don't eat on the table, all those things. I'm like, and especially when I was home on my own, I'm like, since I'm on my own, they can come. Because I used to think, okay, the family is there, Now, my goodness me, I am not going to treat them like animals, but one has got to be careful. So when you're coming from abroad, please come when you're self-reliant. You can manage yourself. They don't have to wash for you. They don't have to cook for you. They don't even have to clean for you if you don't have to. Or let them be part-time. Come and have your security. Put your security in place. And of course, if you have our children, let them children be able to do their own things, cook for their own breakfast. And sometimes, like especially personally, when I was going home, I was looking forward to having the support from a maid. And I was looking forward to paying them well, which is what I was trying to do, which is what I did initially. But they finish it off you. I don't even know how to say this. They can do things and you think, oh my goodness me. My sister told me that maids are born from the same parent. And when you hear the stories from one person to another, they're like that. Maybe as I go, they used to be like this as well. And being that I was younger and I was not in charge so much, probably I wouldn't see them. Though I know that some of them would see my mom's perfume and I'd complain. But yeah, and I've noticed even if you get maids from a trusted referrals, they do the same thing. And most maids, by the way, they don't like working in the village. They're coming in the village. Why go and work in the village? For them to work in the village, the house has got to be like, yeah, top. So that's another thing. If you're going to go in the village, don't go and live like villagers and expect to have maids, probably, because it hasn't worked for me. It may work for you. I'm not saying it's 100%, but yeah, sure. Be a bit of a struggle. Yeah. And maybe another thing which I noticed, like maids come and assist not run your home, because like here they're not running my home, but for example when I'm not away and they wash the clothes, she would pick, she would do her shopping. And then somebody told me, oh, when you have so many things, you don't know what is missing. And it's true, like this dress, I had forgotten that the dress had gone missing because I thought it was in one of the bags. And yeah, so maybe true, I had so many clothes and some of them I don't remember them. And I'll be looking for them. I'm like, oh, where's this dress? And because I had given away quite a lot of things, so I had sort of decluttered so much. So I thought some of them that I had decluttered them. Now, point of correction. I didn't declutter by giving them clothes. No, I had decluttered before she came. And when I was leaving, yeah. So, and then I decluttered now. And now when I'm decluttering, I don't even give them the clothes. I send them to Chisoro or Kabari. I don't. They are thieves. Those people are thieves. So even if I know that one is going to need, especially like if you want to go home and you cannot be self-reliant, you need the help. But let us have boundaries. Now I'm putting boundaries. The ones who are coming now, I feel sorry for them. Not in a bad way, but I'm putting boundaries. I'm fed up. So you come, you work, you go and put boundaries. Even if you put contra some of those, because it doesn't matter. They can break them and do things. Yeah. What else? Background checks. Like this one here, we had done background checks. She had worked for my auntie for years and she was so good. So I don't know what other background checks one can do. It's another thing I think which happened when I had left to go away. My sister went to my house to check on the house, and I saw her wearing one of my shoes. That is the time I should have put on a step down, like my foot down. I'm like, no, don't wear my shoes and keep them away. But when I came back, I was looking for the shoes. She goes, oh, they got burnt and we threw them away. I'm like, who told you to wear them? Who told you to wear them? And by the way, it's the woman who said it. Because when I asked the man, he goes, it was the wife. She's the one who did it. So he went to talk to the wife. They came back, goes, oh, my daughter burnt them. The wife is the one who was a thief. She's an instigator. Because the man was okay before she came. She was an instigator, the wife was, And I think what I did, maybe I didn't use a lot of my wisdom with these people. And I think kindness, I should have made sure my kindness is like goes hand in hand with wisdom. For example, like I balance my kindness with wisdom, but I didn't. I'm like, oh, they are kind. I was kind, and let things go, which was a bit really annoying. To close off this, it's a rant, but I'm sorry. But anyway, to close it off, we can still live in harmony. How we can live in harmony with these people, with the workers we're going to be doing, with the forces having boundaries, and maybe not allowing them to take over so many things. Do part-time and go. And of course, then manage your home. So I don't know. With all this, has it ever happened to you? Have you ever had a maid who has stolen from you in front of your eyes and you get embarrassed instead? If it's ever happened to you, please share in the comment below and let us know how it affected you, how you felt, and how you dealt with it. Personally, myself, I'm going to deal with it the way I see other people in Uganda dealing with their mates. I'm not gonna be mean. I'm not gonna refuse them to eat my food, but I'm gonna have boundaries, clear boundaries. I come to work. You have come to work. You've come to work for me. I'm paying you. Those are the boundaries. You eat as much as you want, drink as much as you want, but there are boundaries I'm gonna have now. And I'm hoping it won't be for, like something which is against your nature, the way you work. But yeah. I can't. I was so angry. I'm like, no, it can't happen again. So yeah, that's it. So for all people who have been watching, or the returning subscribers, thank you for coming back. There are some who watch and they're not subscribed. Thank you very much as well, everybody. Thanks for watching. Otherwise, don't forget to comment, like, share, and hit that notification bell. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Blessings and blessings. Bye for now.